This is one of those older Craftsman USA toolkits. I've always said, since I learned about these Craftsman USA tools, they're really good tools. There's a high demand for them. A lot of people love them. They're getting harder to find, especially something with this age on it right here. But I've always said these mechanics toolkits, they had some of the weirdest design that I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, and what I mean by that is, a lot of times, this one ain't terrible for it, but a lot of the, if you know about Craftsman socket sets, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. When you close the box and then you open it back up and the sockets are just all jumbled up all over the place and they come out of the thing. This one here ain't real bad for that. When I opened this one up, after I had been moving it around, there was like two sockets. I think it was like these two had come out. You see, this is a tray. It sits up and over on top of this thing. Usually, and I think this one's got a little more age on it. When the ones that are newer, I have a case around here somewhere. I was wanting to make one of those up because I got an empty case, but and I got a buckets full of Craftsman sockets, so I just hadn't had the time to do it. I think I went through this a while back. I wish I would have put my chest mount on. USA. That one's a little bit loose when I'm turning it, when it's in that, in that position. Still working though. That one there as well is a little bit loose. And what I mean by that, it feels kind of loose. Like, I get the feel that it maybe would slip and potentially even break. But I think if you were using it for normal, on a normal wear, and you weren't trying to use it like as a pry bar or like a breaker bar or something, you'd probably be fine. There's your spinner. It holds these bits. I think these bits, USA, look at that. Even those say USA. I don't know if you can see it right there. I don't know if the camera focused on it, but what I noticed about this thing right here, now that one doesn't say USA. That one does. And that might be that somebody replaced the bit right there. I don't know. But I went through these tools, and for the most part, for what I can tell, I'm pretty sure all the sockets, I don't know about every one of those bits, but I mean, all of these are Craftsman USA sockets, except for, there's only one thing. There was a couple of, this right here has been replaced. It's about a 6-inch extension for your 1/2 inch. It says Syntec Japan. Here's a 3/8 that just, I mean, it wasn't even really, there's no place for it really, but I just threw it in there because it's a 3/8 extension. Same thing, I think it's a 6-inch. And it's a Stanley Taiwan. There's 2 spark plug sockets, Craftsman USA. That's a 13/16 6-point. And then this one here is a 6-point. It says SP socket 13/16 Taiwan. It's a little bit shorter than the Craftsman. So in case you need to reach into a shorter space to get your Allen wrenches, I'm pretty sure those are USA. Yep, made in the USA. I don't know if it's complete, to be perfectly honest with you, but it looks like there's quite a few pieces in there. Yeah, it's probably complete because it's only supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's probably got everything in there. I'm not taking it out right now to just double check that. All of these are Craftsman USA sockets. In fact, I tell you a little something. In my opinion, I think these are even a little older. These ain't even, I don't even think these are the most recent Craftsman USA, because I think this box right here's got a little age on it. It says important. Remove tray to ensure tools remove tray prior to inserting tools. I don't know exactly what that means. Somebody asked me about this thing. This is pretty neat that this is in here. Attention, instructions for loading and use of storage case. Remove tool storage tray from within case lid. Figure A. Load tools into case bottom. The storage tray separately. Once case and storage tray are loaded, place on top. Okay, so it goes something like this. Actually, that piece of paper, I wish it had a date on it, but it doesn't. But it's pretty neat to have that included with it, to be honest with you, in my opinion. I think that's pretty neat. Let me see if I can get this tray back out of here. It's a little tricky to lift that bad boy up out of there. So you set the tray on top like this, and then you close this down like this. And this is another thing that I will caution you on right here. You see it's Craftsman. This is the old kind. Right now, that thing's snapping. I really hesitate to lift this up because, like I say, made in the USA, it says on the back of the box. These right here are almost on the verge of breaking. That's another thing that's a bad design. That plastic right there is real thin. I'm not even gonna open it again because I can tell you, there's only a certain amount of time that's gonna go before those break. Okay, that's just a fact of life right here on this Craftsman particular set right here. Well, I'll tell you the truth, I am gonna have to open it again because I'm fixing to take pictures of it. So I should have closed it up just now, but I wanted to get I'll show you, since I'm going to open it anyway. I'll show you. I'm going to open it up. You can see it's just floppy right there. That's something that's a major concern for me. It's still holding on for right now. I mean, you know, I might try to put a piece of tape on it or something like that, but just want to show you this Craftsman set. USA. All USA socket. See, now that's the only one that came out right now. So you saw I set it up. I didn't move it around. Now, if you carried it down the street or something, you know, you're probably gonna have a few other loose sockets. I've always said about these Craftsman sets, like what I would do, you know, what would be ideal with these is if you set them in your for home use. You know, you set this at your house, in your garage or whatever, and this be your home set. That'd be, to me, that's what I'm thinking, because of the things getting jumbled up and all of that, and because those, like I said, those clamps are going to eventually break. You know, this would be kind of neat where you, if you just had it at your garage, you could just close it. You wouldn't even have to use those snaps. You know, if you just had it sitting somewhere where you're going to have your toolbox, you could just open it and use what you need. And there's a storage tray in there, like you saw, that was empty, where you can put a bunch of wrenches or whatever you wanted to do.